Greetings, fellow rangers. Blaze Ranger here, and welcome back to episode 9 of my World Tour series. Oh, I can see there's some creepers right above my head over there. Let's have a look. Where are we here? Oh, yeah. Just standing down there near those horses. Oh well, no concern, we're not going in that direction. As you can see, I've made my way to a little village here. This is a new discovery. After the last episode, I kind of thought my World Tour series was over, but then it occurred to me I haven't stopped playing Minecraft. I had just sort of run out of things to show you that I've discovered so far. I mean, there's lots of other little things I've discovered here and there, but villages and mine shafts and ravines and things that I didn't think would be of any interest. So I didn't really show you them. It's that floating block up there. Oh well. But after the last episode, I was anxious to get back to playing the game, so I did a little bit of strip mining. And that was kind of interesting because I did it for about 10 minutes, and in those 10 minutes I found 2 little pockets of diamonds, and with my Fortune 3 pickaxe I was able to walk away with 33 diamonds, so that was kind of nice. But while I was down there just sort of mindlessly walking around, going up and down the mine shaft, it occurred to me that one of the episodes we did was on visiting the end, and most people, when they find one end portal, they don't bother looking around for the others. There's actually 3 end portals, or 3 fortresses that contain an end portal, and most people only find one. And it sort of kind of occurred to me as, well, where are the other 2? So I grabbed a stack of ender pearls, stack of eyes of ender, and some blaze rod just in case I ran out. And I sort of walked in the opposite direction of where I knew my end portal was, because I know the others are kind of spread out a bit. So I started tossing the eyes of ender, and they led me here. We're about, I believe our base is in that direction, and it's about 700 blocks one way, 300 the other. I'm not really sure which is which now. And it brought me here. Well, technically it didn't bring me here. It brought me right out there. You see that little wooden building there? That's where the eyes of ender started disappearing into the ground. So I quickly threw up a little protective base, threw in what have I got in there? I got a chest and a crafting bench. But on my way there, I came across the field that way, I believe. I saw this village, so I thought I'd come over, check it out, put some torches around, because I knew if I was going to be in the area, zombies might spawn up here, because I didn't know exactly where the fortress was. For all I knew, it might be right underneath this village, and as long as I'm in this chunk, monsters can spawn, and if this village isn't kind of protected, they could get overrun. I could pop up above ground and find no villagers left because they've all been converted to zombies. But as you can see, there's a lot of horses around here. There's horses and sheep. There's more horses in this direction, and even right down here. And, well, there was one roaming around just over there a few minutes ago. He must have run off somewhere. But yeah, so I just came over to this base, and we're going to head over now. It's got a couple villagers here. No real great trades. Nothing unusual. They all seem to have the same trades. So we're going to head over to my entrance, and I'll show you what I've been doing. I've actually been here, probably for a good week or so, and I actually recorded this episode once, and it was pointed out to me that the audio didn't work. And from the time I recorded it to the time I produced and posted it and put it up, I've upgraded to Windows 10, and it's actually been giving me a lot of grief when it comes to the recording. My systems aren't compatible, so I've gone through a lot of different programs and settings and trial and error to get it to work. And I think I finally got it to work. Well, we'll know it works if you're watching this video. If not, I'll have to record this for a 4th time. And, well, hopefully this is it, because I'm ready to get on to new and wild adventures. So I built this temporary little shed, and I started digging down. Well, I only got down a couple layers, as you can see, and I came across an underground ravine. And well, as you can see, I've been here and I've seen and done a lot of stuff that's down there. But one of the things you can see is there's some stone. There's cracked stone, mossy cobble or mossy stone. There's just regular stuff, so I knew I was close to the fortress, so I just had to work my way down there. As you can see, it's actually right underneath me too. There's some of that stone. I don't know if I realized that. I must have, because I've been pretty much everywhere. So we're going to head down there. Needless to say, I could have gone this way, but yeah, there's my base right there. So I just started staircasing down, came out a little bit further, went to see what's going on. Bit of lava. I like the lava because of the light, not much else though. And we'll go down the stairs some more. I went out that way to the left there, and it didn't take me anywhere. So this is where I popped out. In this little chamber here, I lit it up. Where are these doors open? Someone's not paying attention. And this was a little alcove here, so I've built myself a little base here, since it was right next to the stairs. I've got a bed, I've got a couple furnaces. Ooh, I'll take that. And I've got a chest. As you can see, I've been through this mine shaft a lot, this fortress a lot. But as you can see, I found some interesting things, and I've got a lot of stuff. I've got tons of coal. I've got records, saddles, horse armor. Found lots of iron bars, redstone. And the interesting thing about this fortress is it actually intersects with 2 ravines, 2 abandoned mine shafts. Yeah. And that's, so there's tons of stuff to get. Look at all the fences I've got, the cobble or the stone bricks, the different types. I've got stone because I had to use my silk touch pickaxe for a while when it wore out. I got lots of oak planks. What have I got up here? Oh, the clay I got in the surface from that little river next to the village. And one thing I also got a lot of is books. There's a library in here I've raided, of course. Look at all the iron I've got. A full stack plus some. 2 golden apples I found in chests. Tons of diamonds and stacks of gold. But I've got over 1,000 books. Is that right? Yeah, because 10 stacks of books is 640. And each of these contains 33, so that's another 60. So 1, 2, 3, so I got about 10 stacks of books, 640. Okay, not quite 1,000. But what I did is I came through here, I set up this base, then I started exploring, and I went up here and down here, and look what I found. I was mining out some of the stonework here, and I came across the back of the bookshelf. This was the library. I've emptied the whole thing out. I left the lantern because that's kind of cool. And built myself a little platform. I've been down here so long I've had to do... Oops, a little bit of lag there. I've had to do some like I built an enchanting table, and I had tons of books to get up to full levels, of course, just because my tools were wearing out. So I've got a little bit of lapis left. I got a chest there, or a bench there, another chest here with some odds and ends. At some point I'll put it all together. There was the actual entrance, but I made this. Just goes back. It's a quick... Too busy yakking, not closing the doors behind me. Yeah, it's just a sort of a shortcut. I could have built a little room in here and put the enchanting table, but I thought, oh, what the heck, I got the room. But as I was going, I'll show you a couple other things I've found. I found a skeleton spawner. Go up here, turn left, and it's just at the end of this tunnel here. This was a cave system, so I'm exploring the cave system, recognize the cobble and the mossy cobble, and right in here was a little skeleton spawner just waiting for me to find it. He's not too happy. He's ready to come out and play, but we'll get around to that at some later point. The cave system, I haven't discovered it all. I got to be honest, I haven't gone everywhere. But this, believe it or not, is one of the ravines, and the other one is over in that direction. We'll go there in a moment. As you can see here, I've been just about everywhere that I can think of. There's still resources that I have to get, stuff like that, and we'll get around to it. But for now, we're just going to show you a little bit more of what I've discovered. So this was these doors all lead to other places, of course. I've sort of stripped it as I've been going. We're now underneath the cave spawners up there. That's where we just were a moment ago. But one of the neat things I found was, and it's not neat, I mean I expected to find it, but once I started tunneling down here, well actually came around, okay, I'll show you. I came around, boop. I like shortcuts when I know the area, because then I'm pretty sure where I'm going and you get there quicker. So I came out this door. Well, it wasn't a wooden door, I put that in. Did a little work around here. As you can see, I've explored and closed off that area. Went down these stairs. This is just where we were a moment ago. And right here, and you can see it if you know what you're looking for, is the end portal. Whacked off a few little silverfish on the way. And as you can see, I haven't finished filling it in. I do have enough Eyes of Enders to do it. So I will do that and jump through, because I'm kind of curious on what it's going to do when you go through a second end portal, whether it puts me through my first spawning portal in the end or whether it creates a new one. As far as I know, there won't be the Ender Dragon. It'll just send me there again. But then as I'm standing up here, you look out through the bars and you can see books. Well, this is another library that spawned or was created when it created the world. And this is the second ravine. And I have actually not looted this or stripped down this library at all. I think what happened is when the library was built, this lava flow was there. I've since blocked it off. And it actually burned away most of the library, unfortunately. So there's not too many books left to get, but I will eventually come along and grab them. I have opened that chest and that one down there. So I've gotten the stuff out of the chests. And I do have to clean all this up, but this is the second ravine, like I said, because the other one is way over in that direction. And right down there, you can't see much of it anymore. You can see just a few blocks. Let's see if I can zoom in. Right there was the abandoned mine shaft. And there's actually two abandoned mine shafts, and the way you can tell is they intersect at really unusual angles. Most of the mine shaft is laid out in a quite a logical kind of layout. Back to our library. So it's laid out fairly normally, but if you find some of the mine shafts with really strange configurations, it intersects at odd angles, that's a good indication that you've actually encountered two mine shafts. So what I did is, as I was cleaning out, I came across this whole area. This is our fortress, of course. Most of it's cleaned out. I think I've got everywhere. Oh, and I actually found a slime up here. There's a huge slime bouncing around up here, so he was kind enough to give me his slime balls, which I've actually put to good use. I've set up another operating base here. There's one of my pickaxes. Just various things that I've been collecting. There's some of the slime balls I have left. I always got to check the furnaces. You never know when I've left something to burn or something to smelt. And this is actually part of the mine shaft. And as I was getting into the mine shaft, I noticed this. It's a spider spawner, actually a cave spider spawner. These are the little deadly guys that'll poison you. So I've rigged up a little trap here for them. They spawn, they fall in there, and they come out down here. So I'm going to set up a brewing station somewhere around here where I can, instead of having to whack them with the sword, because as you can just see, they can still poison me if I get too close. Let me just grab, I didn't bring anything to eat. That wasn't smart. Oh well, we'll just leave these guys. But the neat thing about this cave spider spawner, and I've never made a spider trap before, and I know this one isn't efficient, but if I just stand up here and toss splash potions of harming on it, that should kill them and everything. But the thing I liked about this cave spider spawner is through here, there's a second cave cave spider spawners. So I can just stand right here in the middle, and they'll both spawn spiders, so I'll get double the rate. And the water draws them away, and it actually funnels both of them right to this spot. Do I have any food? Man, what am I doing walking around without food? And then, of course, it never ends there. There's always something more. I hear a zombie. Right at the end of this tunnel, do you see that? A third cave spider spawner. The only thing is, I was going to try rig them all up so all the spiders funnel to the one location, but the problem is I can't stand close enough to this one and the other two so that all three of them will spawn spiders in my direction. So unfortunately that one's not going to be much good for anything, but seeing as it's disabled right now, I'll keep it. And in here is, just a little bit of wood left. In here is the rest of the well, there's the spider spawner. Is the rest of the abandoned mineshaft. I've cleaned out just about all of it. There's a few things here and there, like this wooden platform, that I still have to get. So there's the one cave spider spawner, the first one we saw when we walked in. There's the second cave spider spawner. And right there, just above it, you can see is the library and the end portal. So you get a bit of an idea of where we are. Like I say, I've still got a little bit of stuff to clear out here. There's still some passages I want to get to the end of and see what's down there, which is why they're not closed off. But I don't think there's really anything left to discover here. And this is the other, I think this is the other ravine. Or is this a third one? It never really occurred to me whether that was oh, what's he doing down here? I love this bow. My one kill bow, or one shot bow. So I think that's about it for now. Oh, I guess I could have just stayed here and walked around. So yeah, this is my fortress. I've got 2 ravines. I've got, what have I got? I got 2 ravines, 2 abandoned mine shafts, the end fortress, 3 cave spider spawners, a skeleton spawner. Obviously there's a slime chunk around somewhere if I'm getting slimes as well. And that's what I've been doing for the last little while. Still a lot to discover. Oops, how'd I get up here? Oh, I was supposed to be on there. Oh well. We'll just take a funny shortcut across. Yeah, I've still got a lot of... Well, I don't remember going through that door. Don't think I'd want to. It comes out on the empty area. But yeah, so this is a pretty good ravine. What I'm going to do is probably over near the skeleton spawner, because that's what I want to come here for, is the bones. I don't really care about the cave spiders, because I don't really need string and I don't need eyes of the spider eyes, but I do want bones so that I can get my my farm going, because you need a lot of bones for that. So I'll probably put in a portal to the nether over there, or somewhere in this area, and then what it'll do is I'll be able to make quick trips here from my base. So I think that's about all for now. I'm going to find something, have a bite to eat, get my health back up, and I will continue on in this series. The World Tour series will not end because I haven't stopped playing. I'll just keep going, and as I discover a whole bunch of stuff, I'll make another quick little episode for you. So as always, thanks for tagging along, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now. Now let's get some food.